So, Christian, how do we meet?
So what happened was, I put one of them Will Smith. Are you seeing somebody? She said, no. I said, well, now you seeing me. Boom, video over. Let's go home.
We know that's not what happened.
What's up, YouTube family? My name is Christian.
And I'm Aisha.
And we are Better Together. Welcome to, why you look at me like that?
Because I can look at you with your sexy self.
Welcome to our channel. Today, we are starting a new segment on this channel called Storytime.
Storytime will be just us chilling on the couch, telling you different stories about our lives. And so, why not start with how we met? And just let the record show that we seem to have different
Now, you had
views.
it right first. You have a different view.
I have a different view of how we met because I can only speak for my emotions, and Christian thinks otherwise.
No.
So there will be some back and forth, but just get through it.
Telling the story ain't got nothing to do with emotions. You tell what happened.
I know what happened, but you can't explain to them what my emotions were at a time. Y'all see. January of 2009, January 1st to be exact, my TT Crystal was visiting from California. She went to one of Christian and his groups, the Doo-Wop Boys.
Doo-Wop.
Studio sessions. Yes, Christian was in a singing group once upon a time. The manager and her were best friends since they were in the Navy. And so, of course, when she came to visit, she went to see him. So she came home. When she came home, she brought one of their group photos. And, of course, she showed it to me. And I was like, who is that? And she was like, who? I was like, that him right there. And she was like, oh, him? That's Bread. And
Once upon a time, long time ago, I used to be in a singing group called the Doo-Wop Boys. And in that group, I was the first tenor. I had the high falsetto. And if you've ever seen the movie The Temptations, the first tenor in that group, his name was Eddie Kendricks, but the group called him Cornbread. And so that's where my name came from.
So yes, Bread. And me being fast, I was like, oh, well, you can tell Bread, I'll give him some bread anytime.
Why you did not say that?
I did say that.
You did not.
You can ask TT and she'll tell you that I said it. Yes, I said it. She called him and let me speak to Big Guy. That's what they called him, Big Guy. And so I was just like, look, you need to call Bread, give him my number, and yeah.
And so that's how we made contact, right? That's how we met. But there's a lot more to the story. So that same night, Big Guy followed the instructions that were given to him. And he gave me the number and I called Maisha. When I called her, if I remember correctly, as soon as the phone rang, she picked up. She was ready to go. Like, hello?
It wasn't right away, and the reason I know it wasn't right away is because I ran back in the house to say, he's calling, jumping up and down, sweating, like, doing the most. Like, I look back like, what? I'm cool. I'm way cooler than that. Anywho, I'm jumping up and down, and they was like, well, answer the phone. So I answered the phone. I gotta be, hey, y'all know how we do. So, yes. We talked on the phone that night for hours and hours
just
about
talking.
Nothing.
We were in high school at the time. Both of us were in our second semester of our senior year talking about that. She was probably asking me questions about being in the group. I was probably asking her questions about being a cheerleader. Stuff high school kids talk about. Nothing. Stayed on the phone until about maybe 3 o'clock in the morning. I told her that in 2 days it'll be my birthday, and that was the day we decided to go on our first date. So my 18th birthday was our first date.
Ew.
The Atlanta Falcons are playing against the St. Louis Cardinals in the playoffs. I believe it was the wild card round. I don't know for sure, but I do remember that we lost. Like always. Sorry. Yeah, so watching the football game, I remember that. And my whole family, we're big Falcons fans, football fans. And so we're all gathered around the TV watching. And Maisha and her aunt and Big Guy rang the doorbell. I know who it was, but I ain't jumping around. I was trying to be cool. You know how we are when we're 18 years old. It's my birthday. Got a little peach fuzz on my lip now. I'm trying to be cool about everything that's going on. I slowly make my way to the door, and I look out the little side window, and first in line was Big Guy. Then behind him was TT Crystal, and then behind her was my lovely wife, Maisha. And I knew as soon as I saw her, I was like, oh my gosh, this is gonna be my wife right here. I'm serious. Like, you think I'm playing? Like, I knew when I saw you, your head was down. You had this purple shirt on. You was trying to look all innocent and cute, but you like...
I don't gotta try to look cute, honey.
Anyway, I'm talking here. You had like a purple shirt on, your head was down. You kind of like made your way up like this. I said, oh, look at my wife. That's my wife right there. I knew you was my wife then, girl. I knew it. She came into my house for the first time as a guest, as a potential girlfriend with an attitude. You did, because you didn't talk to nobody.
That don't mean I had an attitude.
Well, in your defense, we was watching the game, and she's not really a big football fan like that. She's a lot more into football now than she was, I'm sure, at that moment. And so she was probably looking at us like, what is going on? Yeah, screaming at the TV. And she just like, oh my gosh. But she sat off to the side. My big sister, Denisha, tried to, speak with her and kind of make her feel comfortable, but she brushed her to the side. Rude and disrespectful. And it was crazy because I know this now, but I didn't know this at the time, obviously. But Maisha is like, she's always ready to go. She, if she had some preconceived notion about when and how she's gonna do something, like she wants it to play out that way. And so I'm sure she came into the house with an idea about, we're gonna go here, we're gonna leave at this time. And so she just watching us watch the game like, okay, time to go. And she done called me into the other room in my house. She done called me into the other room like, hey, you. I'm just, me, I'm like, oh, okay. I guess. I need you to go upstairs and get dressed so we can go. Okay, I'm gonna go upstairs and get dressed then because she ready to go. And I went upstairs. I got fresh to death in my polo. Bam, bam. You will see. I got pictures. We're gonna show some pictures.
Christian didn't have a car at the time, and so I was the driver.
I had a car. It was in the shop. It was my BMW M-Class. That's probably not even a real car.
It's probably not. And the only car you had was a little Hot Wheels.
I had my feet.
I drove because 1, it's my car. 2, I don't know you. 3, you ain't got no license. 4, you ain't put no gas in the car. Anywho, I can't remember if his mom gave us the wrong address. Like, I don't know what happened, but
it wasn't that. We just got lost.
We didn't know where we were going. And so I was hungry, getting a little irritated, frustrated. It's cold.
Always get irritated and frustrated.
And so we decided to go to the LongHorn that we saw off the exit. And so that is where our first date was.
LongHorn Steakhouse.
During dinner, we talked about who knows what. For some reason, Christian didn't really have an appetite. I'm not sure if they ate during the football game festivities or he was just nervous. But your girl ate.
I don't know. I just wasn't hungry. Maybe I was mesmerized by your sexy eyes and your soft and lovely skin. On the way home, Maisha's driving, of course, bringing us back to the house, and we're listening to John Legend album, and Maisha's like, hey, you're in a singing group. Let me hear you sing. And I'm like, no. Well, how are you going to be in a singing group, but you don't want to sing for people? Again, guys, aggressive AF. When we got back to my parents' house, we stepped out of the car for a little while. We were talking like right by the driver's side door. And Maisha leaned into the car to get something. I don't remember what it was, but all I remember was her leaning over and like bending down and putting her whole booty, all her little bitty booty, as much as she had at the time. She tooted it all the way up and she bent over.
Y'all believe that?
Right in my face.
Did you look though?
I looked. I did. It was not.
It probably was your to-go plate or something.
Maybe it was my to-go plate. Whatever it was, the way you bent over in the car to give it to me was unnecessary. But I did like it. So it worked, obviously.
Whatever we talked about for hours and hours on the phone and at LongHorn and afterwards, it was something worthwhile because here we are almost 10 years later and we're still together. So,
yeah.
Guess we did something right. If you enjoy our video, make sure you give it a thumbs up and make sure you subscribe so that you can see our other Storytime videos.
We want to hear from you. In the comment section below, let us know how you met your significant other. Thanks for watching.
Hey, y'all. What y'all doing? My teeth are so small.
I can't say that. I'm sorry.
That is not.
Can I talk the bread?
No.
Yes. I need you to get
Okay, just go.
I definitely paid for everything. I do remember that.
We did like the 2 for $25.
Don't.